Wow, bad news for Tyson Fury. He's getting ready to fight an angry Deontay Wilder later this month, July 24th. Make sure you guys check out Inside Wilder versus Fury 3. But before we get there, both fighters are in training camp. Deontay Wilder looks in serious shape. Tyson Fury, is he getting beat up in sparring? Is he getting bodied in sparring? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I encourage you all, if you like this video and this style of video, smash a like, throw a like on the video. It does help the channel, and it'll let you know when I got new heat dropping on the channel. So appreciate y'all. Let's get into today's video. Is Tyson Fury getting hurt and bodied and put through the ringer in sparring as he prepares for this fight with Deontay Wilder? You see Wilder, he's lifting weights. He looks like a machine. He looks angry. He's told you he's feeling real violent right now. The man from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. He's sounding animalistic. He's buff as hell. Look at this man. And it's not a bodybuilding contest, but we know the man to this day got power. Look at him. His eyes bulging out of his head. He's very vascular. You could tell he's been training. Meanwhile, let's switch gears and look at Tyson Fury. Bam. Oh my gosh. Look at the man. Look at the status of his face, bro. He almost looks like a drug addict here. And I know he's failed for drugs in his past, but he has a cold sore or a busted lip. His face is all marked up on the side. His eye looks like it's like closing. I mean, it looks like Sylvester Stallone in Rocky. Hey, yo, nothing is over. Just give me something to drink. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbow. It's a mean and cruel place that'll beat you there if you let it. Nothing is gonna hit us all alive. This look. Hey, yo, Tommy, you wanna fight? Drago! His face looked like a Rocky movie, and this is weeks out from the fight. Now, this is Highlander. There can be only one. I don't want to hear don't get scared now, Tyson Fury fans. I don't want to hear no excuses, none of them. I don't want to hear no excuses seeing that Tyson Fury's face looks like this in the fight, because the word excuses was heavily thrown around Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Some people said, I don't even know how much of this Wilder even said, but we're going off of old media and the fans. People said Wilder made excuses. They said Wilder's a crybaby. They said he said his suit is too heavy, the poisoning, the water being spiked, Mark Breland, the towel shouldn't have been thrown. People said he was making excuses. So I don't want to see any excuses in this upcoming fight. May the best man win, but this looks scary for Tyson Fury because you see the synergy on the screen right now. I'm showing you. Malik Scott, great fighter, trainer combination, and Wilder looks to be feeling it. He looks in impeccable shape. We know he has the power. Now, Sugar Hill and Kronk, they're telling you that Tyson Fury is a one-punch knockout artist. That's what they're telling you. But in my experience in all the boxing I know, all the fighters I know, trainers, I've never heard of a fighter developing one-punch knockout power out of nowhere. So I'm going to say that's cap. That's cap. Guys like Gervonta Davis, Wilder, Errol Spence. Errol Spence was knocking people out. I've seen it. I've seen old tapes before he even went to the Olympics in tournaments, and Errol Spence, man down. Hey, stop that car. He's just hitting people hard. Wilder, I know people that have experience with Wilder, and they said Wilder had cracks. I've interviewed fighters, and the fighters, and I'll start resurrecting some of these videos because some of you may not have been subscribed to my channel to have seen those interviews, but I've interviewed fighters where they told me I sparred with the best of them. Povetkin, Luis Ortiz. I've sparred with Wilder. I sparred with Anthony Joshua. Wilder's power is different, and there's people I haven't personally interviewed that have told you the same thing. So just to see Wilder's back looking swole, him looking in shape, y'all could talk about his legs or whatever. The man looked focused. He looks like he's disguising the right. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury's face looks like it's been through a meat blender. It's like a meat grinder. His face looks like pretty messed up considering he's sparring. Now, another thing that should be very, very scary for the Tyson Fury fans right about now to see his face looking like this weeks out from the fight, and he got this Pokemon hat on or whatever, and you see his face looking and appearing beat up. Is he getting hurt in sparring? Because you have to keep in mind two things. For the Canelo versus Saunders fight week, I don't know if the arbitration was officially won at that time, but he had a black eye during that period of time too. And I've documented that and I've stated that. So this is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in all of boxing. Join the community here. We got a great community, a lot of knowledgeable fans. This is your one-stop shop for all your boxing needs. But Tyson Fury's, he had a black eye then. So what is happening to Tyson Fury in sparring that got his face looking like this? And I made a video about it. Tyson Fury's sparring partner, look, made it, ma, top of the world. Listen, 2 days ago on Google, right? 2 days, we top in the Google search. Tyson Fury sparring Jared Anderson, quote, he gives him hell. This information was derived from this article, which I listed in my video. This is why you guys gotta subscribe to the channel. So this is scary. Sky Sports, a UK-based media imprint. So this is not like American, you bloody Yanks being biased. A UK media company says Tyson Fury is sharpening his skills with the next great heavyweight, Jared Anderson. Now, we know, and I've told you, that he's sparring with these guys. He's sparring with F.A. AJAGABA, a major puncher, and he's sparring with an elusive, a good undefeated fighter with mostly knockouts on his resume right now, Jared Anderson. And it looks like these guys, whoever, these guys or somebody else, I think it's Jared Anderson, but who knows? But it looks like they're putting Fury to the test and really pushing him. And the thing is, you don't, in my experience, you know, and I'm not Burt Sugar or Manuel Stewart, but little old me, just a YouTuber, you don't want to get beat up in sparring. What does that do to your confidence? If it's so many questions arise, but you don't want to get, if your sparring is too hard to the point where your face is looking like this, like look at the status of his face, bro. Look, it looks like his nose is crooked. His eyes look like it's maybe even swollen. Gashes and leather rash right there. He got a cold sore or busted lip. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he ain't got no sleep. That's not a good sign to me. That's not a good sign at all, especially when we know you're fighting these people. Now, this is a bad look for Tyson Fury for a few reasons. One, again, if your sparring is too crazy, you have to have something to give in the actual fight. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going through sparring and you being put to the test and depleting your confidence and you have waning confidence, that's not good. Back to this article. So this article, Bob Arum says that Jared Anderson, they gave him a lot of praise. We have a guy who Tyson Fury tells me, and a lot of people tell me, will be the next great heavyweight champion. Talk to Tyson Fury. He gives Tyson hell. This is not my opinion. This is the promoter of both, Bob Arum. He says, I talked to Tyson Fury, and Jared Anderson gives Tyson Fury hell when they work out. He's a great sparring partner. But maybe his youth and his ring IQ and his ability to get punches off, maybe it's a little bit too much for Tyson Fury. I don't know. That don't look good. Y'all let me know in the comment section if that looked good to you, you know? And at the end of the day, my thing is this. I'll play some of the video so you can see this is not like Photoshop, because I know people, they always try to say that when I deliver news, good or bad, they say I made it up or I Photoshop. So you will see in this video some of the footage. This is an actual screen cap of Tyson Fury's face, right? And this is the thing that you have to be concerned and worried for Tyson Fury. Again, his face looks tattered. His team has told the whole world that Tyson Fury somehow is now a one-punch knockout artist. That's not my opinion. Sugar Hill, his
training and working with Tyson Fury, he now has power to knock a man out with one punch. And that's something that I'm happy that he has now, along with his other boxing skills and everything else that he knows. One punch knockout power.
Sugar Hill, his trainer, said that. So it begs the question, smash the like button. It begs the question, if Tyson Fury is now overnight, which I've never heard of. I've never heard of power. Everyone I've ever talked to and people who possess power, everyone I've interviewed or anything, tell me that they always have power. The power is God gifted, right? But let's put this to the side and play devil's advocate. If Tyson Fury, right? If Tyson Fury somehow develop overnight power like Kanye West and Twister, I can make you a celebrity overnight. I can make you a puncher overnight, right? Why is his face looking like that? Because you should be able to get these sparring partners off you. Somebody's doing this to you. What are they going to say? He slipped and fell in the bathtub? Like, what are they going to say? So if you're a one-punch knockout artist, as Sugar Hill said, why does your face look like this? That's what the fans want to know. Because you should be able to get these. They say Fury is gifted, and like, I remember Tim Bradley on the ESPN telecast said that Tyson Fury was the heavyweight version of a Terrence Crawford. I've never agreed to that. I never once thought that Tyson Fury had any shades of Terrence Crawford in what he does. And they keep showing this goofy clip of Tyson Fury versus an inexperienced Tom Schwartz who no one had ever heard of. And he's doing all that, and he's deflecting and dodging shots. What's happening in sparring though? You know what I'm saying? You could keep running that clip of the Tom Schwartz, but I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Wilder looks extremely serious. And the good thing is, at the end of the day, we will see what it is. We are going to see who's telling the truth. We are going to see who is and has fabricated the truth. And this should be a great fight. Again, people are saying, oh, Deontay Wilder, all he does is make excuses. He's just crying and making excuses. Bomb squad, bomb squad. Look at his little legs. We're going to see what little legs is talking about July 24th. I'm definitely ordering this fight. This is an amazing fight. If Wilder wins, which I think he does, if he does, this is a historic heavyweight performance. Let's let that be clear, because according to a lot of y'all, Wilder has no shot. He has little legs, he's twerking, and some more stuff. So he has no shot. I'm one of the very few people who believes he has a shot. So we'll see. July 24th should be a good fight. Very concerning from Tyson Fury that he's showing up in this Versace robe, and in the midst of training, his face is looking in the status. Like, see, he's doing all this stuff to Klitschko. Let's see him put his hands behind his back versus Wilder in the third fight. And Wilder believes Tyson Fury cheated, as do I. Here's the thing. If Fury starts trying to look and box like he did in the first fight, that should be a red flag. Fury is a one-punch knockout artist. See, this is why I think Wilder won the press conference when they just had it, because Wilder said nothing. He said a couple words, but he didn't really talk. And I think that was a great thing. Look at the man's face. He's been having black eyes nonstop. Oh my gosh. But I think the trilogy is going to surprise some people because of what they're saying. They feel the outcome is Fury's too good. Again, if Fury's he can post all these videos and stuff, but if Fury's too good, right? If he's too good, why is his face looking like that in sparring? And you could argue, oh, but it's not Wilder that did it to him in sparring. But we'll see what happens when they actually fight. A lot of questions will be answered in this particular fight, but not many people seem like they're giving Wilder a chance. And I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, Fury thought he was fighting Joshua. He was complacent. He didn't take Wilder seriously. The long layoff, the inactivity, they're both off a long layoff, and one man's coming off of a loss. So if you're going to make excuses for anybody, then it can't be Fury, because he's the champion. He's the one that said he battered the other person and he didn't cheat. So we'll see. So to me, there's a lot of there's more pressure on Fury than there is on Wilder, because people have already given up on Wilder, many of them. Fury doesn't look in great shape. He's trying to gain all this weight. His face is wearing the marks and battle scars of what it looks like tough sparring, like I said, unless he fell into a bathtub or something like that. We're going to see. We'll see how it plays out. People like Paulie Malignaggi said Wilder's going to get eviscerated, but then Fury himself said Wilder's the most dangerous opponent. All right. And you have people like his own dad has said, I'm worried for my son. This is a fight where everything could go wrong for my son. It's not my opinion. His own dad said that. Right. So no matter where you fall, it should be a good fight, great fight. But this is highly concerning that Fury's face is now looking like this ahead of his fight with Deontay Wilder. But there can't be any excuses. And the last thing I'll say is this. They said, Tyson Fury said he wasn't training for Wilder. But it looks like you're getting put through some of the most intense training. I thought Wilder was a bum in an ish house and a dosser, so you didn't really have to train for him. It looks like you're training and you're bringing out the big guns in terms of heavy hitters and stuff. So it looks like you're taking it serious for somebody who old media says is a bum. We'll see how it plays out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off.